Things I learned the hard way, episode 2-ish. Have that hard conversation. And for a very long time, I was afraid of having hard conversations. I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid of how the other person would perceive me. I was afraid of their response. So what I used to do is I used to run away from having a hard conversation and not have it. And what that caused in my life was a lot of delayed things, a lot of confusion, a lot of things that wasn't said, or feelings and things that was interpreted the wrong way, what could have been solved in by just having a conversation. So I had to learn how to have a hard conversation, and how I learned how to have hard conversations is with these two things. If I'm going to have a conversation that's hard, I'm going into that conversation with love. I'm not going to that conversation with anger. I'm not going to that conversation with frustration, because what that's going to do is that's going to make the other person put their guards up and they're just going to be on the defense. So anything that I want to say, it's always going to be defending, and there's never going to be a positive outcome, or it's going to take a longer time to get to that outcome that you want. So when I do go into these hard conversations now, I'll go in with love. That's my intention. My intention is to go in love. It's not to attack you, it's to get a solution, and I understand where you are, and also I want you to understand where I'm coming from as well, so we're both in alignment, we're both on the same page, so we can move forward. And second of all is go into that conversation with clarity. Don't go into that conversation to say, you know what, I'm just going to go into the conversation and say anything I want to say. No, like, get your points, get your facts, and get your things in order, and then bring it to the conversation. So that way you're not up and down and everywhere. Like, this is what I've come to say, this is my intention, this is what I want from it, this is the outcome, this is how I felt. I also want to understand how you felt and how could we move forward. Because if you don't have these hard conversations, what they're going to do is just going to end up being a loop that never closes. It's going round and round and round, and that's going to affect your day-to-day life. You could be doing lots of different things in your day-to-day life, and you're just feeling frustrated and you're feeling heavy and you don't know why. And a lot of that is to do with the conversations that you haven't had with your loved ones, with your friends, with your colleagues, with your boss. The things that people stepped past the boundary and you haven't stopped to say, you know what, you stepped past my boundary, I didn't quite like that, this is how you made me feel, or this is a conversation that we need to have, so we're both in alignment and we're both on the same track. So those were the two things that's helped me lean into hard conversations and have them. Things I learned the hard way, episode 2, learning to have hard conversations.